Everything you do to a prairie can change it. Mowing will change it. Fire will change it. You give me a match and a mower and I can change the face of the earth. Just that simple. You know, timing. I love to burn. Isn't that pretty?
Dwight and Bev Rutter's farm is unlike any in Iowa. Instead of corn, soy, livestock, or even fruit and vegetables, the Rutter's Prairie Flower Farm grows just that. Plants, grasses, and flowers indigenous to Iowa.
We've done a lot of goofy things to feed our family. We started small on south of the house and had a few problems, and then, we love what we do.
I like it.
It's a labor of love, you know.
You don't spend a lot of time pulling thistles.
I don't.
While today, prairie flower is a square mile of established deep-rooted grass, the Rutters haven't always been interested in prairie. In fact, this ocean of native grass and flowers started on the whim of a conventional farmer.
I used to be a corn and bean farmer, you know. And 19 years ago, I said, I wonder what would happen if you wouldn't farm an acre of land. Just forget it. So this mowed path, it's an acre, a little more in here, and I just quit farming it. And for 4 years, I raised about every weed you can think of. I mean, just god awful. But every March or April, I'd come out here and I'd burn it, throw a match on it. And then I started seeing things come. Here's brown fox sedge, hard stem bulrush. Here's your red top. This is Dudley rush. 3,250,000 seeds to the ounce. 4 or 5 years ago, I harvested 40 pounds of this stuff out of here. Just gorgeous. I'll show you another neat plant over here. Oh, here's boneset.
Walking every acre of the Rutters' land and identifying each individual plant would take days, with the final product likely being a 3-hour documentary.
We think of a prairie as 90% grass with a few flowers. The original prairie had been like this. It had had more diversity in this, but it would have been flowers. Now 2 weeks from now, this will be all yellow. Every 2 weeks, prairie's a different place, which is really pretty cool.
While Dwight's prairie experiment started with little effort, he warns anyone who is thinking of starting their own that managing a prairie is no easy task. Harvesting, for one thing, shouldn't be done with a tractor or combine, but instead with common household supplies.
We use a pair of scissors and a 5-gallon bucket. Very affordable. If I want to harvest this rattlesnake master, I can't go through here with a machine and get this and that in it because I only want that flower. And this thing is going to be ready to harvest probably the end of August. And that flower right over there is not ready to harvest till the middle of October. You know, you don't want to be mixing up your seed and you don't want to be harvesting that too soon or then the seed's no good. So it's just best to hand pick. And then I know that that's all I got in that seed packet. So when you set up a prairie, you don't want to get in a hurry. It takes time to get it to go and it's going to be there a long, long time. So that's my dinosaur. A friend made that for me.
As unique as Prairie Flower Farm is, it is a business. While the Rutters are slowing down, they've made their living selling seeds, doing consulting work on prairie grass projects, and even planting some soybeans. But also 50 to 60 times a year, tours are requested. Visitors experience a day crammed full of prairie education and exploration, with Dwight sharing as much of the property as a day allows, while Bev offers a window into how their farm works with the National Resource Conservation Service to get other farmers' prairie projects up and running.
I did the paperwork dealing with farmers in NRCS. But
She was a patient person.
They would send me a seeding plan. You have to have something blooming from early spring till late fall. It's just to catch the early pollinators and the late pollinators. But the NRCS figures all that out. Then I'm just the next step after that. A farmer comes to me with his plan, and then I facilitate the seed and getting the person there, the maps. And
I've spent 10 years trying to figure out how to harvest this guy. Haven't got done yet. I spent a lot. It takes me about 4 years to figure out how to harvest something. You know, you look at it, you got to identify, you got to see where it grows. Third year, you got to figure out what's the best time to harvest it, you know, because if you're too soon, it's going to be too wet and rot. If it's too late, it's going to fall on the ground. About the fourth year, you got to figure it out. And this guy, you can harvest him the 1st of October, but if you're a day late, the bugs get in him and eat all the blooms off. I mean, you got to be on him right now when he's ready. Where's he at?
Even with frequent visits from biologists, ornithologists, ecologists, wetland specialists, professors, and students, there are still large pieces of prairie flower left to be explored. In fact, Dwight loves that there are parts of his property where he will likely never identify all of its inhabitants.
So that's an Indian burial mound right there. And there's another Indian burial mound. And this is all native land. I mean, this is as native as you're going to get out there. So we don't ever take a plant out of there, and we never introduce a plant to it. Sedges, there's at least 60 sedges out there, and you know, it's just a pretty cool place.
It's a hobby gone nuts.
I have raging successes, and a failure is just a learning process. It's not really a failure.
We just try to do it
You know, you try
better
to.
next year.
If you don't see it, you can't put it up here right. If you'd been out here yesterday in that wind, that would have been blowing like that, and you'd have just got dizzy almost. I'm outside every day. This is wonderful. I'd do it for free. Actually,
Don't you?
I think. Yeah, it's
Pays
pretty
you.
close. There's not a lot of money in this. I mean, there really isn't. It's just something that's fun to do.